tuned in to the Community Cats podcast. Ready? Let's go. Welcome to the Community Cats podcast. I'm your host, Stacy LeBaron. I've been involved helping homeless cats for over 30 years with the Merrimack River Feline Rescue Society. The goal of this podcast is to expose you to amazing people who are improving the lives of cats. And I really hope these interviews will help you learn how you can turn your passion for cats into action. Today, we are speaking with Julie Kelley, founder of letsbesmart. Julie is an entrepreneur, philanthropist, and lifelong animal advocate, best known as the founder and chairman of letsbesmart. Julie is a previous guest on the Community Cats podcast quite a few years ago. So if you want to find out more details about her past, you can feel free to go to YouTube's Community Cats podcast page. Just put Kelly or Julie, and it's Kelley or Julie in the search bar for Community Cats podcast, and that show will come right up, and I encourage you to listen to that show. But today, we are speaking with Julie, and I'd like to welcome you to the show.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
And for those of you who want to know, Julie, letsbesmart is in Greece, and so she has a wonderful organization that she started there in 2007. But Julie, if you could just share with our listeners a snapshot. Why did you start letsbesmart?
Well, I started traveling to Greece the end of the late 90s because I was working with some Greeks in New York. They led me to Greece. And, I would go there every year and I would see a lot of stray animals. And obviously that's very different from the US. Typically, you don't see as many stray animals. And I just thought I really wanted to find a way to eventually relocate there, and educate was actually my main solution, I thought, which is still one of the solutions. And so that's how I came up with SMART, so I could make them smarter about animal welfare in general, the qualities of animals, how important it is to help take care of them. We're all living together. And then I just came up with an acronym sort of for SMART, Successfully Managing Animal Rights Today. And that's how I started.
And I believe we spoke, maybe 7-8 years ago. Has the situation for cats in Greece changed much since we last had our conversation?
I'm not sure about the number specifically going down for the strays, unfortunately, but definitely there is a lot more concentration from the government. Let's say they just now passed some new laws, like literally in the last couple of weeks, also giving municipalities a little bit more funds to help the local organizations get sterilizations and sometimes emergency medical care. They're trying to allocate, they sent out a list of allocating additional funds in addition to the programs they already have in place. Probably still need to increase that. They're also trying to set up some municipality vet offices, so that will help lower costs for the locals, because that can be quite expensive as the economics are a little bit different here. But I think in general, like I say, there's some larger organizations trying to come in and work on TNR projects, some in specific areas, some on specific islands, to really try to tackle, because I think at least if it's on an island, the cats can't swim to get there. If you can contain it. So I do see improvement. And like I say, there's a lot of great people trying to work together, but it's still a challenge. There's still a lot of strays, but we're on our way, I think, to a better place.
So if you could just share with us a little bit about your SMART shelter, what is the facility like, and share a bit about your strategic vision for the organization.
I think strategically for our organization, I tried to think of the whole issue globally, which there's obviously different facets. So one definitely is to work with the communities and the municipalities, and we're trying to go a little bit above and beyond and really get them to support community feeding areas, and then hopefully get more people that will help give food and water at those areas, which I do find sometimes in the mornings or whatever, which is nice, and get that a little bit more formal and organized. So that could be something. And then along with that, obviously working with the municipalities for the TNR, so that, you're managing those colonies as best you can, and then it provides a safe area. And we're also, the public knows that the municipality supports that, because a lot of private people tried to do that and people just steal that, throw the bowls away. They don't feel there's any consequence. I think when we provide our smart houses, we also always work with the municipality, and we put on a sign that also says do not remove, and we have the municipality logo. They allow us, so it looks more official. So I think doing it that way, then people say, oh, the community supports this. That's good. So I think that's very helpful. Like I say, there's a lot of people that put feeding stations privately, which is good. But I hear a lot of stories of where things are being stolen from them. So I think bumping up that to the municipality level would be great, and expanding that more. And then, like I say, they are going to give more money now to the municipalities, so trying to get them to support more of the TNR. We also do some of our own TNR projects because we have vet intern students coming as well during certain periods of the year. So we give them that experience, and we will work in different communities, maybe an island. We've been to Tinos the last year. We've been to Idra for several years. We're going to do a local one this coming January, February with some of the interns coming. So that's not our main focus, but definitely it's all part of the collective, I think, solution. And then our the main shelter is like a large villa, and the manager obviously lives there in one section of the villa. And then the rest of it is turned into this whole cat rescue, which there's bedrooms which volunteers stay in, and most of the bedrooms are closed. So there's cats that need to be in there for certain reasons. Some are older, some get special medication, some disabled. We have different areas, disabled room, but the volunteers are staying with them. So it's really cool that they get to sleep with many of them. And every bedroom has a netted balcony, so the cats can go indoor and outdoor, and they have nice areas out there. And then we have the main house, which are cats that can just be in the general population, ones that don't really have issues. And then we have volunteer programs at different levels. We have some ecotourism volunteers coming through a couple organizations, and like I say, vet interns, they also stay there. And then we work with another large volunteer program, Workaway. So we're constantly full. Just keeping the volunteer program coordinated is a whole job in itself. Pickups, drop-offs, when are they coming? The calendars, 6 months ahead, 4 months ahead, 8 months ahead. It's quite a challenge sometimes, but it's really cool in that there's people from all over the world coming. And we've had some just now from Australia. We have from Japan will come, South Africa we've had, South America, obviously US, Canada, European countries. It's kind of like a family. We try to create that family feeling, and they cook together. We try to coordinate their days off. We help suggest where they can go. I'll help take them to the metro. They can go down to Athens. So they get a Greek experience as well. We're not just saying, oh, only stay at our shelter and you can't go anywhere. I want them to experience. And then they help us with projects like crafts, making toys. They've been making a lot of Christmas toys this year, sewing, and they like that, painting. Sometimes we do painting projects with the cat houses because we have a lot of wood cat houses out on the balconies, and they can leave their design. We create this community, and we have so many repeat volunteers. But that goes with good management. We have some great managers. All of it's a challenge, but I think when you have good management, you can see the positivity of everything. And like I say, we're always trying to improve. We're trying different things. So trying to be very organized, medical books for every animal. And a lot of these animals now are ones I can't take every cat. Some people will call, oh, there's 11 kittens in my yard. But then there could be a little kitten we just took in. If you look him up, he's adorable. He was found in a yard, paralyzed, but now he's starting to walk. He has some kind of hydroencephalus, however you say that, where his head's bigger and his eyes stick out. But they didn't think he was even going to make it. And now he's really doing well. And we have him in a big pen enclosure, but in the living room. So he can get attention now from the volunteers. And actually just received an adoption application today. I have to speak with the person. It's from Germany, actually, just to be sure they understand his condition. But having space for these kind of animals is what I have to make space for, which then makes sense that all the ones that are outside don't have to necessarily come inside if they're well managed outside and sterilized and have some kind of feeding area and better protected. So we also work with one organization, 9Lives, which you probably know about. They handle a lot of the cats at the Acropolis. They have a whole system there. So what's happened over the last couple of years is there's a lot of these cats that they're too old now and they can't live outside anymore. So we've been working together with them. We actually have one of their famous ones. One of our volunteers was telling us about Teton. And she's like, oh, all my friends know about Teton. And she's like, oh, he's at our shelter. She was very excited to say that this cat they learned about from, that 9Lives was taking care of, that now he's with us. So he gets to, if he can get adopted, great, but he was really, really fat. So he has this name of the really fat cat from the Acropolis. So he's with us. And, we have several cases like that. So even if they don't find a home, they're sleeping in a bed, they get a lot of attention. So these kind of cases is what in a way, like a rehab home too, so I kind of like that rather than just taking in everybody's cat that they just don't want to feed in their yard anymore. I think you have to make a little bit of a decision and educate those people and tell them how they can take care of those cats rather than just grabbing them all. And then you just can't. It's just not possible to take care. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Traditional trapping means constant checks and added stress on cats. OcuTrap changes that. With remote monitoring, you can respond quickly and responsibly without unnecessary disturbance. It's a smarter way to run TNR. Visit OcuTrap.com and use the code CC20 for 20% off your OcuTrap order.
Are you a proud cat parent looking for the perfect, affordable healthcare for your kitty? Well, look no further than the Community Cat Clinic, conveniently located in Woodstock, Georgia, just north of Atlanta and not too far from the Tennessee and South Carolina borders. The health and happiness of all cats are the top priorities at this feline-only hospital. From preventative care, spay, neuter, and vaccines, to specialized and innovative treatments like full-mouth dental, ultrasound, radio, iodine therapy, emergency blockage cases, they've got your cat's well-being covered. For the TNR community and local shelters, they offer easy-to-access, low-cost spay-neuter services and volume appointments. So if you want to do a large TNR project, this is the clinic you want to go to. It's worth the extra trip. Appointments are available most days. Check out the Community Cat Clinic online at communitycatclinic.com or visit them in person at the Walmart Shopping Center at the Shops of Trickham on Highway 92 at Trickham Road in Woodstock, Georgia. More per, less price. Are you getting your message across to your entire community? Do they know what programs you offer and what they can do to help? Learn more about how to effectively market your organization or just sharpen your skills with a free self-paced marketing course, The Fundamentals of Marketing on Maddie's University. The course is designed to provide a basic understanding of marketing and provide you with templates and tools to elevate and improve your organization's brand, voice, and audience, and have fun while doing it. You'll receive a strategic marketing plan template to download free. Go to university.maddiesfund.org and search marketing to enroll now.
Wouldn't it be fantastic if your whole TNR team was on the same page? Imagine your staff and volunteers mastering trapping best practices, prepping cats properly for clinic arrival, and making everyone's job easier. Would you like to give them a toolbox of tips and tricks to refer to whenever trapping gets tough? Our monthly virtual TNR workshops are perfect for group training, covering everything from TNR philosophy to planning, equipment use, public relations, because we are all going to run into those stubborn neighbors, and cat care tips, plus more. With Q&A sessions, handouts, customized content for your program, your team will be ready to successfully reduce the number of free-roaming cats in your community. Ready to turn your trappers into a team? Great! Email Stacy at communitycatspodcast.com or call 978-239-2090 for details.
So how many visitors can you have at one time?
You mean it's staying in volunteers? We can accommodate, we have about 6 to 8 every time. But then we have another smaller location, sort of unofficial, but we host 2 there as well. So we have 2 there and about 7, right now we're fairly full, but I think we have like 7 at the big shelter. It depends too if people are traveling together, because like we have one double room and one master room. So they have, they can accommodate 2 people that know each other. So that's all logistics for those kind of things.
I mean, I think that would be a tremendous experience for folks to be able to participate, having a cat in your room. And, it's not like you're sneaking the cat into the hotel, which a lot of folks, when they travel, they end up finding cats in the back parking lot and end up having some kittens in their hotel room or something like that. And so it comes provided with a cat and the ability to help cats. So it sounds like it'd be a tremendous vacation, but a vacation with certainly some purpose. And your background, tell us a little bit about your background. I mean, you have a entrepreneurial, strategic background. I think you also may have some construction experience, managing construction. Tell us, what's your vision for cats in Greece over the next 10 years? And considering your S.M.A.R.T program, what are you looking forward to?
I think just building our model and working on all the different facets, just continuing and improving it and getting it more recognized by the municipalities, where the feeding program, where maybe we work with the municipality. Like we've had sometimes one of the mayors would call us and there's a cat, can we take it? So we've helped, in that case. And working more with the schools and educating the children, because obviously we all know it starts there. So just collectively making it better and better. We want to work on the shelter and do some improvements to that. So we're working on some funding opportunities to try to improve certain things there. The other thing, which I forgot to mention, is we created an adoption vacation promotion, and we were able to get the program in the ferry boats. And what happens is, as you know, Greece is a very big tourism location. So there's tons of tourists coming and they see the stray cats and they want to adopt them. So we've been the intermediary, and we help them, because you can't just pick up a kitten from the street and take it on the plane, right? It has to have its rabies shots, 21 days vaccination, make sure it's not sick, have certain deworming treatments, flea treatments. So we're acting. Actually, we have several at our shelter right now that some people are even coming back. Like some Americans are flying back in January just to pick up the cat, but we have the cat at our shelter. We have another one going to Munich for a family. So we're able to also be an interim foster, and we're promoting that because, it gets cats out of Greece whatever way possible. And if they're willing to be responsible, and I mean, what's better than to have a live cat that you saved and gave its life than some statue that's going to sit on your shelf and collect dust? So I think it's a really cool thing and so we're trying to help that way. So we've been doing a lot of that over the last year. We have actually several at our shelter right now that are, waiting to travel for tourists that came. And we were very fortunate that we were able to get that onto the ferry boats. And even though they're not our cats, I'm happy for any cat in Greece to find its home. You know what I mean? It's a joint effort, I think. So I like to work together. So I think that's really important.
And I mean, as you're looking forward, it seems like there are some municipal initiatives trying to help with, you had mentioned some veterinary centers, and you really are strong advocates for sterilization. I think smart yards just sounds so great. I mean, a smart yard is a wonderful place for community cats to be, and all your community cat initiatives. So it just sounds like you are the hub of cat stuff in your area in Greece, which is absolutely amazing and wonderful. If folks are interested in finding out more information about your organization, how would they do that?
You can go to the website. We are a U.S. charity as well, but for the Greece information, you can go to www.letsbesmart-greece.org, and that will take you, it will show the shelter. You can fill out a volunteer application. We have a lot of requests. And then what we do is we do a private interview with everybody. So we'll have the managers speak with the potential volunteers, show them everything, show them there's a lot of tasks. It's not just a vacation. Like we take the tasks and keeping the shelter to a certain standard serious, because it reflects the health of the cats. It just reflects the whole initiative. And then we have our adoption page, shows all the cats, videos, stories about them, if they're interested in adopting a cat from our shelter. We have several, interestingly, that we've adopted in New York, especially to like Greek Americans, which their families are so excited. The little kids, know that they have Greek cats in their home, because they're Greek. Kind of nice. Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with folks today, Julie?
The way we've set up our S.M.A.R.T model, for our shelter, I'd love to see a proper professional model of the way that our cats are living more freely in a home-like setting become more the standard for shelters in general, especially for cats. Dogs, okay. You need yards and outdoor space mostly for big dogs, but just kind of switching from our old traditional things to kind of a new way that these animals can live. Because now, as I understand in America, the statistics are there's more pets in people's homes than there are children.
Yeah.
So I think people see the animals more as family, right? So if they see that they've adopted a cat from this home-like setting, they just feel like, and they integrate so quickly. You can't imagine, like they just fly them and they open the door and like they're already in our bed today. They didn't come from some whole other environment that they weren't comfortable and that they have to adjust. And then they're used to so many different people as well, right?
Well, it sounds like it would be tremendous to go over to Greece and check out your place. It just sounds lovely, wonderful. Greece in general is lovely and wonderful too. And so, Julie, I want to thank you so much for agreeing to be a guest on the show. And I look forward to catching up with you in the future.
Yeah, that sounds great. And thank you again for having me.
That's it for this week. Please head over to Apple Podcasts and leave a review. We love to hear what you think, and a 5-star review really helps others find the show. You can also join the conversation with listeners, cat caretakers, and me on Facebook and Instagram. And don't forget to hit follow or subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube, Stitcher, or wherever you listen to podcasts so you don't miss a single show. Thanks for listening, and thank you for everything that you do to help create a safe and healthy world for cats.